Hello, welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today, football season is almost upon us, and recently the Seattle Seahawks unveiled their new alternate jerseys, their throwbacks, and they're absolutely amazing. I love them. I have always loved their old original jerseys way more than their current jerseys, and especially the jerseys they had kind of the early 2000s era. I just found those horrible. The ones now, I don't love the kind of weird neon lime green they have. I don't love the reworking of the logo. The uniform the Seahawks had when I was a little kid is the one that, to me, just looks the best. Now, obviously, that's probably nostalgia talking, but I think a lot of people's response to the new throwback uniform design shows that I'm not the only one who prefers those uniforms over the old ones. Now, because of this unveiling of the throwback uniforms, I thought maybe I'll get a jersey, maybe I'll get a throwback. And I've never been a jersey person. In fact, I've never owned a sport jersey other than when I was a little kid. And so I started looking though, maybe I'll get one of the Nike throwbacks. But then I thought, they're not really authentic to how the jerseys were in, the late 80s, early 90s when I was a kid. And so then I started researching, is there any company that makes authentic throwback Seahawks jerseys? And I came across Mitchell Ness. And I found the Mitchell Ness Authentic line. Now these are very expensive and sometimes hard to get. It seems like they put them out in limited quantities, but I did find on sale a Steve Largent Mitchell Ness throwback jersey. Now I picked Largent because he's pretty much the first football player I was ever aware of as a child. He is probably the most important Seahawks player. He's in the Hall of Fame. I think he played for the Seahawks between 76 and 1989, retired in 89, went into the Hall of Fame as soon as he was eligible. He owned every major receiving record when he retired. And this is a guy who was 5'11" and not very fast, but he had amazing hands, and that's before they wore the sticky gloves, and he was just fantastic. You should look up some Steve Largent highlights sometime. He was just an amazing player, and to me, he was the football player. He was the one I knew of the most. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, and so it was the Seahawks, and it was Steve Largent. And so Mitchell Ness has two lines. They have their legacy line, which MSRP is for around $160, but you can find it usually sub $100. And then they have their authentic line, which MSRP is for between $250 and $300. Very expensive, but again, I found a really good deal on these. I say these because I bought two of them because I had no idea what size I was going to be. And this is pretty much what this video is going to be about. How is the Mitchell Ness Authentic jersey sizing? If you are someone of my size, I am 6'2", around 175 pounds. I have a 40-inch chest. So I typically wear a 40 in suits or in jackets, things that have sizing by number. And the Mitchell Ness sizing for their authentic jerseys is kind of weird. They have a size chart, but the Mitchell Ness Authentics are sized by number. So they have a 36, a 40, a 44, a 48, a 52, and then they go even higher, but we'll stop there. But it doesn't necessarily mean what those numbers say. The size 36 is kind of their small, the medium is the 40, the large is the 44, the extra large is the 48, and then the 2X is the 52, but they don't really coincide to those numbers. From what I could tell, the small that is listed as a 36 on Mitchell Ness is actually around a 38. The medium that's listed as a 40 is actually like a 42. The large that's listed as a 44 is actually a 46. And then the 48 is actually more like a 50. But their legacy line, that's not the case. They aren't sized by number. They're just small, medium, large, XL, double XL. And so I was trying to figure out what size I would need. I knew that since these are authentic jerseys that they would fit kind of weird probably be pretty loose. And so I ordered a 36, which is the small in the authentic line, but it's probably more like a 38. And I also ordered a 40, which is the medium in the authentic line, but it's probably more like a 42. I've got them both. I'm going to return the one that doesn't fit me properly. And we're just going to take a look at these jerseys. The Authentic line is supposed to be an exact recreation of the jersey that they are trying to reproduce. So if there were heat press graphics on that jersey as opposed to stitched, they are going to use heat press graphics. Whatever was on that original jersey is what they use on the Authentic line. The Legacy line, almost all the numbers and the graphics are stitched, but that's not necessarily authentic. And I know that the Authentic line also uses a more heavy-duty mesh jersey material. They're just a higher quality, more perfect recreation of the original jersey. So I've got these here. This one is the medium, which is supposedly sized as a 40, but is probably more like a 42. And then here I have the small, which they list as a 36, but is probably closer to a 38. So let me open both of these up. I'll try them both on. I'll start with the small, and we'll see how they fit. All right, so here is the small / 36. Doesn't look super small to me, but it may be kind of tight getting it on. And let me just tell you right now, this is some heavy duty stuff. This is way heavier than I thought it was going to be. And these heat press numbers here, got a little bit of something on there, they are super thick. I don't know how well the camera will pick that up, but you can see the heavy duty mesh, and then these numbers are really thick, really heavy duty. The whole jersey itself just feels really heavy and really thick. This isn't something that you're just gonna throw on like a t-shirt and run around in the heat. I mean, I guess ostensibly it's made for doing sports, but that is a heavy duty shirt. So let me try this on. Okay, everybody, this is the small / 36, which is obviously not a 36 because I'm a 40 in a suit and this kind of fits me. It's pretty tight though. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's really binding up on the chest. Makes it kind of hard to get full range of movement. I don't know if this would loosen up if I washed it, but it's pretty tight. I also notice it's much more see-through than I thought it would be. You can see the old belly there and part of the chest. It's heavy duty. See the number on the back there. I'm thinking just with how tight it is under the arms, there is some sort of stretchy material here. There's the normal mesh, then this stretchy panel here. So you do have movement, but I don't know. The way it feels right now, it seems like I would probably want to go for the size 40 / medium, which is probably closer to a 42. Really tight around the shoulders and tight around the chest. So that is the size 36, and I am 6'2", 175 pounds with a 40-inch chest. Let's try the size 40.
Oh, shit. This is a problem.
Okay. I could barely get the size 36 / small, which is probably closer to a 38, off of me. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be wearing this one. It might stretch out a little bit, I don't know, but I think it's a bit too small. This is the 40 / medium / probably closer to a 42, and this feels pretty good. I think this fits me about right. I don't want it to be super drapey. When I was trying to find information about these Mitchell Ness Authentic NFL jerseys, most of the people on YouTube were very sturdy, stocky people, and usually they were wearing like double XLs and they fit them like dresses. They were so long and so drapey. I don't want it to be super drapey. I want it to have an athletic fit. It's an athletic jersey. I don't want it to look like I'm swimming in it. And this is about right. I've got good movement in my shoulders. It's still a little tight around the chest. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of keep fondling my own breasts here, but it's pretty tight around there, but not overly tight. It's not uncomfortable. I think it fits about right. And I think it looks really good. These old Seahawks colors are just fantastic. I love the graphic on the sleeve. I love the numbers on the shoulders and just the huge numbers on the front. I think it just looks so cool. And there it is. This is my number 80 Steve Largent Mitchell Ness Authentic Seattle Seahawks 1985 jersey. This is the size 40/medium, but I'd say it fits closer to maybe a 42. And for someone my size, 6'2", 175 pounds, with a 40-inch chest, this is how it fits. Maybe I should show you where the hem is so you can see how long it is. So the hem hits right around here. It's not super, super long. And there's the woven jock tag there as well. It has the Mitchell Ness Authentic on there. And then it shows the year and the name, Steve Largent, 1985. So there you go, gang. I am pretty pleased with this. I think that if you were looking for something a little more comfortable, something that is more like a shirt and that you can just throw on at any time, I would say the Mitchell Ness Legacy line might be better for you, and obviously it's a lot cheaper, and in some ways it might be more durable. This is super thick, heat-pressed. These numbers are super thick, heat-pressed graphics. And if you take care of them, I'm sure they'll last a long time, but obviously stitch numbers would last longer. I'm sure that the mesh is lighter. I'm sure the whole shirt is lighter in the Legacy line. Or you might just want to wear one of the Nike game jerseys or something like that. I think those fit more like a t-shirt. This is definitely a jersey. It fits like an NFL jersey or a vintage NFL jersey, but I think it's great. There you go. The Mitchell Ness Authentic Steve Largent 1985 Seahawks jersey. Size 40. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things. I'll see you later.